The 10 things I wish to know before I go to Egypt. This will be our today podcast about. Well, I have to tell you, it's almost at midnight and I get this idea about the podcast, so I immediately turn on my mobile and I'm making a podcast right now. Even I'm so extremely tired, but I get this amazing idea and I have to do it right now. So I guess it will help a lot of people. It would help me if I listen in before I go to Egypt actually. So I wish you will enjoy it and you will learn a lot of things from it. Okay, let's go on. So the first things which will definitely help me, if I knew that in Egypt I will speak only in Arabic. Yes, you'll tell me, well, most of the time you will have to speak Arabic. There's a lot of reasons, in the shopping, in the transportation, if you wanna deal with someone. Of course, if you are living in some touristy place, so English will help you also, and you will find the people who they will speak English with you. But trust me, you will have to learn Arabic at the end. I live here in Egypt, I know Egyptians, the Arabic is needed, really so much. If you count that you will be able to speak English all your life, so you are now really very wrong. So I recommend you, even if you are coming here just for a visit, like for a holiday, even for 1 week, but some of basics you should learn, like to say thank you or welcome, hello, such a basics. But it's nice if you learn and if you will understand what the people tell you. Okay, so the second point, which will help me. And this is the point you have to really pay attention and to really take care. In Egypt, most of the foreign people will fall in love. Okay, I'll explain you now what I mean. If you're a woman, I guess my statement is very clear. Simply, it's so different from American, from Europe. The men are so different because the men here are real men, or at least we European or we foreigner see them so. Okay, because they are strong, they are protective, and they have even big charisma, and they will speak the way you never see before. So I just want to take care of this. Do not trust each of sweet words which the men tell you. Like if someone tell you quickly, I love you, you're so beautiful, I want to marry you, don't fall for this word. I know it's so easy to fall for it, but please don't. I really ask you, don't. That's why I was writing my previous book, to don't fall in love with Egyptian men, and I guess it opened eyes a lot of women. So I just want to remind this big point of this book actually. Do not trust so easy the very easy words. Okay, but there's even another type of love, except women fall in love to the man. You can fall in love to the country itself. I have to say that Egypt has kind of a magic. When you will be here in Egypt, you will never want to leave the country. Trust me, a lot of things will amaze you so much, especially the way how the Egyptians live actually. Because it's calm life, or the Egyptian love to enjoy the life, really. This we never see in the Europe, or I even can say that even in America, I guess we will not see this, but the way how Egyptians live, it's like the dream of almost every person, I will say. But there's even a third way for me, that the men also can fall in love for the Egyptian woman. And why? Well, it's not a secret, but Egyptian women are considered as one of the best wives in the world, because they bring to the man actually a big comfort in the home. And there is a lot of another secrets, like cooking and dancing, even the belly dancers the men can fall for. So I guess that simply foreigners can so easy fall in love for Egypt. So Again, please take care. Even you will be amazed by Egypt, but trust me, Egypt, as every country, has very positive side and even very negative. So it's just any other country. Okay? Next one point which will help me, and this is for me kind of funny because if I knew before, I would save to me a lot of problems sometimes. It's actually bakshish or the tips. You have to give tips in Egypt all the time to everyone. Okay, but it doesn't have to be a lot of money. It can be, for example, £1, £2, £5, £10, but it can be even £100. And the point is, Egyptians, especially the poor people, will always ask you for more. So, like, don't feel maybe ashamed if you give some tips and they ask you for more. It's simply their nature, but you are not obligated to give more. Even they try, they will ask. If you give, it's okay. Even it should be £1, simply you give, and they will not do anything to you. Because I remember, especially on an airport in Egypt, when the woman asked me for tips and I give her and she asked me more, I was afraid that she will lock me, she will harm me, she will do something bad to me. I was really afraid to even get in touch with these people after so much. And for sure, like, my Egyptian family after laughed at me so much that the people are very kind. They just are so poor, simply that they need money. That's why they are not ashamed to ask for more. So do not be like me and do not be afraid from these people. Okay, the fourth point which will help me is actually if I know that driving a car in Egypt will be impossible for me, like for European. Really impossible. Why? Because on the road you have a car which are going in no direction exactly. Okay? For example, in Europe we have 2 lines, and here in Egypt can be 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 lines, or even no line and the car is going together. But this will not be the worst. The worst for me is that between the cars you have even horses, a donkey, and more, even the people are crossing the road as they want. There is no platform, or we have a platform, yes, but almost no one uses it. So imagine the car is going, the horses are crossing a different way, and the people even can go opposite way or just cross the road. And the car have to pay attention, have to be quick, have to stop the car or go another way. If I drive in such a mess, I will make an accident in the very first minute, I can assure you. So for me, driving in a car is impossible, and I guess that every European who saw this have to take his time to learn it, to get used to it. Because in Egypt is a one rule that if the car make accident, it doesn't matter with who or what, here in Egypt always the car will be guilty, the driver will be guilty, always. Even is the mistake, for example, of the person who will crossing wrongly, but they will punish the driver. Which is, I don't know if it's good or bad, but simply the driver has a big responsibility this way. That's why I will never drive in Egypt, really never, and I don't want it. Okay. The point number 5, and this is actually a very useful one. If some seller know that I'm a foreigner, so they will ask me for more money. I didn't believe this statement at all. I thought it's lie that the Egyptian tried to trick me, so I tried it, of course, by myself. Like, I have to always try everything by myself. But they was warning me a lot, and I remember I was going to buy some pharaonic statue or something like this. It is mostly for Egyptian, cost really little money. It can be £10, 20 Egyptian pound. But of course, if I speak English with them, they could ask me for 100. Or I remember I went to buy Muslim clothes like abaya. And in that time it cost, for example, 70 pounds, and when they saw that I am a European, they asked me for 300. It just really saw a big difference. And I'm not alone who fall for it from the foreign people. I know a lot of girls who used to think the same way as me, and they tried by themselves and they lost a lot of money. That's why I mentioned it here, to take care, because it's really true. Because the Egyptians saying that every European, not European, every foreigner simply is rich, simply has a lot of money, so they want to take from him as much as they can. Okay, so please, if you have really some Egyptian friend here, so listen him well in this point, and never go shop alone. Of course, unless it's shop for even European, can be like Metro or Fathala or some market. Okay, then you can go shop alone and it will be the price the same. But I speak about the street markets. Always go with someone who know it, with some Egyptian will be the best. Okay, point number 6. The first days when you will come here to Egypt, you will put on weight so much. Really, it happens almost with everyone who I was speaking with. Why? Because the food here is so delicious. It has really so different taste from the European one. And I traveled a lot of countries in Europe, that's why I mentioned all the Europe actually. Here, even whatever it is, it can be yogurt, it can be banana, it can be strawberry, it can be the meat, it can be the rice, simply a food, okay? Normal food has so different tastes, much more better. You actually feel that it's a food, a real food. I know it will sound really strange now, but after you compare the two tastes from Egypt or from the Europe, it's really uncomparable. And I was recently now speaking even with a woman from America who came to Egypt, and she was telling the same thing as I now exactly, that the food taste is so different. So simply, when you come here to Egypt, you will not be able to stop eating. You will enjoy the food so much, and Egyptians really love to eat, really a lot. But a food, not Egyptian doesn't like to eat so much of chocolates or sweets, or no, they really love to eat the main food so much. So don't forget that you will be hungry in Egypt, because it's really impossible. You will be full here every single day, every single moment. But do not misunderstand me, because Egyptians are master in sweets, really masters. I was used to think that European are the masters, but actually now I see that the European people was learning the sweets from Egyptian people. When I was studying the history nowadays, because I was writing my new cookbook, so it's really true. Most of the sweets came from the Arabian people. But still, I'm on my word that Egyptians prefer food more than the sweets. But they are master of the sweets. I hope you get my point. Okay, point number 7. Yeah, and this will be especially for women. This recently asked me a lot of women. Simply, it's not clear, so I want to revise it one more time. When you come to Egypt, there is one simple rule for women. You as a woman, you are not allowed to speak with any man, like a private speaking or friendly speaking. No shaking with the hands, neither kissing on a cheek, okay, as we use, our foreigners people are used to do it. Here, absolutely not. If you have a partner here or husband, even his friends, even his close friends are forbidden for you this way to treat. So don't forget it, please. And of course, it's even oppositely. The man is not allowed to speak with your friends. Okay, so it's the same. Simply girls speak with girls and men speak with a man. Very easy, very simple rule. So forget about like you, if I don't shake with his hand, so I will insult him, he'll be angry at me. No, he will appreciate you more. As I told you many times, the Egyptian has opposite logic than we have. Okay, point number 8. Egyptians are masters of weddings, masters of love, and they love to celebrate so much, really. Egyptians are simply people of parties for me. And why I mentioned the marriage especially, because every Egyptian has not a one but a 3 weddings. Can you imagine it? 3 weddings. And even before the weddings there are some parties. Can be even after the wedding some parties. So Egyptians really love to celebrate all the time and anything. They love to enjoy the time, really. I never saw a country who can enjoy this way as Egyptian. And it's really something very beautiful. So I recommend you, if you ever come to Egypt and you have the possibility to go to a wedding, to true Egyptian wedding, go there, because it's so beautiful. I wanted to make a lot of videos, but from the Egyptian wedding I mean, but for me it was always somehow impossible. But right now I have one future invitation with one European woman who will marry here in Alexandria. So I wish I will succeed in my plan, and next time I will make for you the video from the wedding, because it's something really you have to see. It's so incredible, so fabulous, really. As I told, if you have the possibility, go there to see it. Okay, point number 10. And this is like for me a personally very important point, because Egyptians love to speak in mobile all the time. Well, maybe it seems so easy, why should it be so important for me? I will tell you, because I grew up on the basic that if someone speak, so I have to be silent. I have to wait till he finishes his speech, and then then I can ask him something. So if you put this rule on Egyptian, it was disaster with me. I remember the first day I was waiting from like 11 morning till 8 at night, till some member, I will not mention it, but some member will finish to speak on the mobile that I can ask the person something what I wanted. And I remember I went to sleep very sad, because actually at the end I didn't ask my question, and all the day I was silent, because I was thinking if I will interrupt the speech in the mobile, they will look at me like I'm impolite. Then of course they explain me that if I want to say something, so simply I have to say it. It's impossible for me to wait, because if I wait, I can wait even 1 month and they will never stop to speak, and I will never ask what I want. So please, if this is your problem, so focus. Ask simply. Ask anyone, anything, even they are speaking on mobile or they are speaking with someone else in front of you. If you have something in your mind, simply speak. This is the rule of Egyptian. You have to speak a lot to be heard. Okay, and finally the last point, the 10th point, is a very practical point, I would say. The working in Egypt. Working in Egypt is actually for a very low salary, very low money, comparing to the American or comparing to the European, simply the foreigners, let's say. I can tell you, like nowadays I see that the basic salary for most of the people here, and speaking about Egyptian people, will be around $300. Can be even less, can be a little bit more high, but like this is the basic for all the Egyptian people, I would say. Of course, men are earning more money, women are earning low money, but there are even exceptions in Egypt. As I told a lot of time, we have a very rich people with a very high salaries, but for a normal people, if you come to Egypt and you plan to, you will find a work for a good, very good money. So I will disappoint you, you will not find, at least not on the start. It will take a time with you. And it depends on a lot of things, like if you are the woman or if you are a man, if you are wearing a scarf, if you are a Muslim or if you are not. Basically, if you are, as a woman, if you are not covering yourself, you are earning more money, you're getting better job, because the Egyptian will make a show on you that the company has the foreign one, that still are earning more money. It's a kind of show. And I say it's a little bit discrimination because it's a Muslim country still. So why the Muslims aren't earning more money? But it's not my business at the end. I just wanna tell how it works here, because also a lot of women nowadays write me and discuss this point with me. Even women who are living in Egypt, for example, 3 years, but they are asking me, hey, please can you help me to find some job and what can I do? So mostly I say to the woman, the first job as a foreigner, what can you do? You will teach English. Most of women ask me, how can I teach English when I'm not a teacher? But put in your mind that you are in Egypt, okay? The English in most of the schools or most of the people or children is a very bad. So simply, even if you are not a teacher, trust me, your English is perfect enough to be able to teach the children. So don't be afraid from it, and you can apply even in any school and simply they will accept you because you're a foreigner, and simply they see how you speak English. If you speak fluently, if you are able to read, you can be a teacher even without any certificate. Just in Egypt, don't be afraid, and you have to try here very hard, really. But trust me, will be the first job which you will get in Egypt anytime, and it's like opening job to another possibilities. So I just don't want you to be afraid. With a man, of course, there is a much more opportunities. But the last point which I want to tell you, that in Cairo, as in the capital city, of course, you will find a better job for more money. But a country, not a country, I mean in the city like in Alexandria, which I am living, the opportunity are much less than in Cairo. But of course, whenever you live, it can be even Sharm el-Sheikh or Hurghada or Luxor. You can be in all these places. You can be a teacher, an English teacher, very easy. And if you don't want to go into school, work for school, you can be simply a private teacher. It's a very good job, and I say private teaching is much better than going to the school, to be honest. Okay, that's all for today. I will finish now. I guess I give you the 10 main points of Egypt, and I hope that you learned a lot of things. If you have some another idea or some another comment, just write it to the comments or write it on my email, and I will be so happy to discuss with you anything you want. Okay, so thank you and see you next week. Bye.